Now how are we going to take this one out? That's right.
The
same way as we took the other one out.
You may be able to use those lights again in the garage.
Well, they're kind of old.
You know,
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Oh.
Only because they're 30 years old and they're not electronic style ballasts. I'm going to take my screwdriver and see this nut was kind of loose. So I didn't have to really tap on it with my hammer, did I?
No.
Yeah, I spin that off. Pull these wires out a little bit. They got a ground wire in there that they just cut off. I guess they weren't concerned about that at the time. I think this existing electrical on this house, because it's 50 years ago, I don't know if they have an actual ground hooked up to all the electrical. So all the old wiring only has a black and white wire.
You should have.
And so when they hooked this up 30 years ago, the house was over 50 years old. That wire then had a black, white, and a ground wire. Okay, so sometimes people take that and they think, oh, let's just not hook up the ground because we got no place to hook it up to. Okay, so there, take that out, and we're going to take this out just like that other one. You know, unscrew it, unscrew it, unscrew it until your arm's about ready to fall off. You know, because this is another molly bolt. Okay, so I can pull that out like that. Get ready to take that next one down.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to hold pressure on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to push the bracket up, and I'm just going to hold onto the screw, pull down as I unscrew it.
Lose it.
As I unscrew it, as I unscrew it.
You lose it.
This screw's probably 3 inches long.
Wow.
But that's what they had, and that's what they used.
Wow, look at that.
You know?
Just for that.
Yep, there it is.
Antique. An antique. Sheetrock. All the way down there.
No.
Take that piece out, then mount your lights up in there.
Well,
put a new piece of sheetrock. If you wire them, put a new piece of sheetrock.
What are you? Hey, let's talk about that later. I got this light to come off now because there's a screw at the far end. If I take this out, there's going to be enough weight on here, and it could just strip this screw and pull it right out of the wood. So as I'm taking this out this time, I'm going to have to hold this up with my hand. See how it's down?
Yeah.
If I just kind of pull on this, that screw will come right out because I know it's so short. Okay, so I don't want to do that. I don't want any assumptions and have it fall down and break something, scratch your linoleum, tear it, whatever. Scratch the face of your brand new refrigerator.
There it is.
Just be careful as you work. You'll be fine.
There it is, sir.
So I'm just going to take this flexi line out of here. I'm going to unscrew this. Think. Once I get that loose, I probably should do this outside. See, there's a nut there. And once you understand how these things go together, it takes the guesswork out of it and the puzzle out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to kind of keep this together in case I want to use this little fitting again.
The wire.
I mean, the wire, see, I can't take that out because it's screwed in there nice and tight. So I'm just going to take this and grab it and see if I can't unscrew it like that. Okay.
There he is.
I can use that fitting another
Yeah.
time. This wire, see this flex
Wire's so
is
good.
really super old. Nowadays they have a lightweight flex. And so I'm not going to use that again. Pull that off and I'll find the other end to that. And this, they just use a piece of Romex cabling and they fished it through here is what they did. See, the sheathing on the cable is still there. You just use that as a little raceway. Now I don't have to throw this wire away. I can save it for little pigtails later or something like that. Or a little ground wire. I can strip this back and there's a separate ground wire in there.
Yeah.
Or if I needed to, I could make a pigtail out the white or the black. Or if I need another ground wire, I could strip off the black. I can do all kinds of stuff with this wire. This one little piece of wire I'm going to save. Okay? Recycle when you can. Good for the environment.
Strip cycle.